Hello, dear friends, and welcome to another episode of Football Manager with Kitty Kata. Um, your friend, anyways, or your host. I just finished the game with RB Leipzig, and I was mercilessly trashed. Maybe not trashed, anyways, because my team, Bristol City, they were able to also give a good fight, a good account of themselves, by scoring 3 goals and, though they conceded 6 goals. And Timo Werner was the man of the match. And a couple of takeaways from that match is the fact that they had a striker who was so pacey and was good off the ball, even though he didn't have good finishing. And he scored, I think, 3 goals, and also another one was an offside goal. Is it 3 or 4 goals maybe? So that's also something we should look out for. Like I mentioned in the gameplay, please do well to check it out. It's so interesting, trust me. And I talked about the fact that when there are certain attributes or qualities I look for when trying to sign a football player for my team. If I am looking forward to signing a defender, the defender may not need to have, especially central defenders, they probably may not need to have pace or acceleration, but they should have strength, stamina, and tackling. And in some cases, jumping or good heading, right? But top on the list, they should have tackling and strength, right? Else they'll get bullied and they wouldn't be able to tackle intelligently. As for my wing backs, I will need someone who is good when it comes to tackling, the acceleration or pace, and in some cases crossing. Because I play kind of football where, oh my god, my apologies about that. So where I have my wing backs bombing down the left and the right flanks, and it would be great if they have, quality levels of crossing. You can think about the Andy Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold kind of passing. If you know other players who play left or right back and are amazing when it comes to crossing the balls, please share in the comments. Anyway, these are just examples I can think about. And so for me in the midfield, I really love players who are good with passing, depending on the midfield positions anyways. Usually for central midfielders and attacking central midfielders, I usually like those who they have good passing. They have good passing. They have good vision, passing vision. They don't need to have strength. They have good passing. They have good vision. In fact, those are just what I really need or require. For a defensive midfielder, they need to have stamina. They need to have work rate, and then passing to some extent, and tackling to some extent, right? And then going to the attack. For a striker, I want my striker to have finishing, acceleration, finishing, acceleration. Those are things that need to be at the highest, at the maximum as possible that I can get them. Those two, if they can get some level of dribbling, that would be great. Trust me, that would be great. But it's not a priority. They just need their finishing and strength too. In some cases, they need to be strong. While for my wingers, I need them to be pacey, even much more than a striker. Dribbling, have more of dribbling than a striker. And they don't need to have finishing as much as or shooting as much as the striker. And there is something else. Creativity. It's not creativity, I've forgotten. But when I get to it, I'll let you know. All right, so those are the things I look for. And every other thing, they are complementary attributes that the players can have, like off the ball, work rate, vision, other things. So we'll see. So Bristol City, let's look at the squad, right? The squad, they are not the best when it comes to finishing. I think my best finisher, they are Conway and Naki Wells, who have 15-15, right? But then if we look at their pace and acceleration, they aren't also the best. 14, 14, and then 11. So it's difficult for them to run faster than most central defenders, which is something that I would need. But however, take for example Tom Dele Bashiru. I actually signed him, right? And his acceleration is 16, which is good. Yes, which is good. I think that was one of the criteria, one of the reasons why I signed him anyways. So that's for that. So want to go into the market looking for a striker that has acceleration of like 15 and above, 16 preferably, and his finishing would also be 16. If we can get him on loan, that would be perfect. All right. And then secondly, looking for a defender that has tackling, like a great number of tackling. I have 3 defenders who are 15, whatever, right? Because I think the range in terms of quality in Football Manager, is actually from 1. I'm not sure about 0, 1 to 20. 20 being the highest. So getting 15, it's not bad, but it can be better. So I would need players who are like. Let me try to see if I can get defenders who are 16. If I can't, then okay. Hopefully these ones we develop to becoming really, really good. And as for their strengths, Joe Williams is good. He has good strengths. He has good positioning. Yeah, positioning is also very good for a defender. But these two, no, what am I saying? For strength, yeah, they are 12 and 13, which is not really the best. So if we have an improvement on that, I would really, really appreciate that. Just looking at this 17, Lars Sorensen in terms of stamina. However, his tackling isn't the best anyway. So, and then your acceleration. Unless I would just be playing him as a complete fullback with a role to defend where they don't have to run forward, then that may work. Okay. So let's look at our midfielders if we need midfielders. Now we know what to look out for when we want to sign a player. Not physical, actually attacking. Look for passing. The best passer in my team is actually Matty James. Can you imagine? And he's 32. So that is something to consider. So I need, I really don't have the best passers in the league. So okay, without wasting more time, let's just go into scouting and then see if we can find players in range. So one thing is, if I go into transfers, it will be difficult, like trust me, to find I really don't have so much of a transfer budget, right? And sometimes some of the best players, I may not have 100% of the wage to actually pay them, which is why when you sign players on loan, you can choose to pay them 50% of their wage, while their parents' club pay the other 50%, and then they offer you the quality they have, right? And then if you have so much money, right, or you can pay fully their wage, then fine. Some clubs also do 40%, some do 30%, which is good, but it's good which is why taking players on loan help a lot, at least to stay afloat and stay in the league without dropping down into the relegation places. Okay, so I will just focus on loan players for now. However, I don't have the best players to take on loan here. I talked about having a defender, and then many of these ones, they are young players who no one really knows what their quality is like. Like you can see, they have lots of blanks, at least by my scouts anyways. My scouts, they don't really know much about these players, so Yeah, there's really nothing to get from them. But yeah, many of them. Another good thing is, if you want to know like players that are also good to take on loan, they should be playing for clubs in the higher leagues, right? This Pedro Obiang, he has been transfer listed and then is contracted to Sassuolo, 18,000 per week, first touch, but he's 31. Equatorial Guinean. He's 31, though he's not bad as a defensive midfielder anyway. But I'm not sure I'll be able to pay him 18,000 per week because my wage budget is maximum of 8,000 per week. So this is a no-go area. Even if you divide that anyways, that's still above my budget. So, and he seemed to be the closest to what will fit what I am looking for. And I have also learned that you don't have to sign a player unless you unless he meets your criteria rather, right? So you don't have to push or go for it. Cole Mackinnon. He's contracted to Rangers. He's 20 years old. He has good finishing, but his acceleration isn't. Okay, I'll send my scout so I'm able to know what his other qualities are. But he looks like a good prospect, at least far better than these other ones anyway. Whom I wouldn't be signing, because I don't think they have. Okay, so I have filtered by finishing, so these are the best finishers. Now let me filter by their pace and acceleration. Acceleration 20. Yeah, these are poor. I think my scouts need to do more because I have players, like I really don't have so much idea about these players. Okay, Brandon Thomas Asante looks good. Let me see. Ghanaian 24, contract to West Brom, scouting required. I would love to sign this player though, trust me. Attacking midfielder, left and center. And remember when I talked about having attacking midfielders, especially wingers or a striker, they should have pace and acceleration, which he ticks that box. And then he has finishing, but not so much of a dribbling. So you can remember when we checked Timo Werner's, this is kind of pretty close. So I will scout him and then see, even before the scout comes back, I can try to make an offer. But he's not listed for loan, only for a transfer, and I have 2.57. So let me just suggest 1 million for his services, and his wage is 12,000. So I don't think that would work, but just suggest this. It's not acceptable. Okay, let's go to 1.5. Make an offer. Okay, that worked. Yeah. So we'll leave it at that. It's like from what we see, we really don't have the best, players to pick from here. However, I can go to other teams in the higher up the league in the in the Premier League and see. Let me just go to my social feed or go to news. Okay, let's see for Arsenal. Go to players, and then here I can filter to see if we have players that are available. No, I need players that are open for loan. How do I see that? Transfer. Yes, those that are not transfer, loan listed. So they are ready to give out these players on loan. Nicolas Pepe, no, I can't pay for his wage, it's 105. So while I've filtered by that, I can then filter by their contracts to see how much they have been paid. Oh, this is huge. James Hilsen. He's a goalkeeper. I don't need a goalkeeper. These I have to pay 7,000. But let me see. Though he's joining Cardiff, so this wouldn't work. They have many of their players that are actually going out anyways. Nicolas Pepe is going out to where? Trabzonspor. Okay. 5,000. Yeah, he's also going out. So all these players aside James Hilsen and Fabio Vieira, whom I can't afford actually going out. I think that's the end of the players that can go out on loan. Yeah, Sambi Lokonga, they are not so much. I think it ends here. So Arsenal wouldn't work. Let's check Aston Villa. We wouldn't check so much of this. We will just check the top clubs, and I think that would do. These are the players they have listed on loan. Let's see their contract status. 60,000, 8,000, but yeah, someone has already signed him, so not so it. Let's see Chelsea. Fans of these clubs, please watch this video so you can also know how much players in your club are earning, those that and how much they are actually worth anyway. Okay, I like the fact that this is already, anyone I go to is already sorted by their loan status and their transfer listed. So by the time I'm on their contract, I can then see. I can also, there are some players I can also check if I like their quality, and I can request to loan them anyway. I think I can do that. Let's see, for example, Lewis Hall. Oh, he's transferring. He's going to. So Lewis Hall moved from Chelsea to Newcastle. That makes sense now. Malang Sarr, 35. I won't be able to pay that. He's a goalkeeper. I am Aston. Okay, these players are on high wages, so no way. Also, if we can't find players today, maybe sometime in the future we'll be able to. And that's in Arroyo is leaving. Phillips is leaving to join Celtic. Retachio, Adam Lewis. He's 23, wing back. He can, but his tackling isn't on loan. He's already on loan. Okay, so no go for Adam Lewis. Okay, these players are on high wages, so I don't think I can sign any of them. Okay, lastly, let's check two more clubs, Man City and then Manchester United, so they don't get angry at me, and so I can have them to like and subscribe to my channel. Rico Lewis is on 3,000, and his transfer value 104 to 143 million pounds. And I think he's a great player, but will he be defender right? Let me see if I can have him on loan. Honestly, I would love to have him on loan. I'll be paying 150,000 monthly fee to Manchester City. That wouldn't make any sense. Pay 3,000, 100% of it, 150. No way. 150,000. Let's negotiate this. Let's say I pay 60k. Would that do? Unused 60k. Suggest 150. Nah, that's too much, man. No, that's too much. Like, I love to have him on loan, but yeah, that's too much. Trust me. And he's a good player. Slodan Tajik is transferring, going elsewhere. João Cancelo is on 220,000. Erling Haaland is on 350,000 pounds per week. Kevin De Bruyne, the same as Kevin De Bruyne. Wow, that's one of the highest earners. Okay, that's not how we are here. Another, yeah. Okay, maybe I'll do that some other day. Let's just check the top 6 clubs. Sorry, Tottenham fans, I wouldn't be checking Tottenham today, but I will do in another video I would make. Just these ones for now. My apologies. Nathan Bishop is unavailable, and then he's also joining Sunderland. Nope. I don't know if I would even. They have lots of, so which is also why sometimes it's good to do these things earlier in the seasons, because some of these players, they are also joining other clubs on loan, so I may not have that opportunity. Kobe Maino, I would love him, but let me see if I can actually take him on loan. He's on 10,000. Kobe Maino. Oh my God, Manchester United will be thief. You guys are thieves. I should be paying 9 million per month. And no, this is ridiculous. Come on, this is cancel the offer. This is ridiculous. This is why I say sometimes I have big eye. Garnacho, no. Hannibal is also going to a different club. Okay, it's sad today because I really don't have any player to sign. So another thing to look out for will be, I'm already in the championship, so I don't think I'm in the championship, so I can't loan. It doesn't make sense to loan players from within the championship, but I can check other clubs in the Premiership that will be willing to let their players go on loan. That's what I will do in the next video, so watch out for that. The next video will be where we would be checking up other clubs that are outside the top 6, top 7 clubs in the Premiership to see if we can find players to take on loan. Alright, thank you dear friends. Please do like, share and subscribe to this video, and I love you all. Please drop your comments. How best would you go about finding quality players or very good players that will help Bristol City stay up in the league or gain promotion from the Sky Bet Championship to the English Premier League. Thank you and have a wonderful day.